Greetings and welcome to Stunthangar's Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter, and I'll be your host this evening. I want to extend to you my gratitude for you watching Stunthangar Video Hangouts. If you are watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note of this so you can watch or be part of the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than the live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunthangar Forum member to find the link to be part of the live stream and the following after party. Here at Stunthangar Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunthangar Forum, you can find the link if you scroll down to the section called At the Bench. Now, if you're not a member or if you're not logged into Stunthangar Forum, the At the Bench link will not appear. Now, if you're not a member, please register at stunthangar.com/SMF. That's stunthangar.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying. That's courtesy of Jeff Riley. You must place a space between your real first and last name when you register. You must also use a valid email address, or Sparky, the proprietor of Stunthangar, will not approve you. Now, if you're inclined to not come in but enjoy watching this on YouTube, wonderful, fantastic. Please enter your questions or comments in the chat box over here, and I'll do my best to make your comments or questions a part of the show. And I understand sometimes even I can't get a word in myself, so be patient, because I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comment. And by the way, you only can make your comments or questions known during a live stream. So like I said earlier, I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, if you find the Stunthangar Video Hangouts that I host, or the many building videos, Saturday at John videos, contest coverage that Sparky does on this platform, informative and enjoyable, please hit the thumbs up, and subscribe, share the videos, comments. All these activities help the Stunthangar YouTube channel grow. Please consider joining Stunthangar's YouTube memberships, which start at just $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. And by the way, I'm a member and I have the $4.99 coming out of my own checking account. So that's why I'm asking you to support us. I'm doing it. Why shouldn't you do it? And let me tell you, I don't even miss the $4.99 a month. And what you're getting in return for that is all those shows that Sparky and I do. And we have some incredible guests in the program who have 55, 60 years plus experience. And you're also going to be supporting hopefully your hobby, your passion, like I do. Now, you also can show your support over here at the super chat. There's a big $sign below the chat box, and you can donate any amount you like. Okay. Now, this is Sparky's YouTube channel. This is not mine. I have my own channel at Flying Control Line Stunt. That's Flying Control Line Stunt. If you locate the video of the 2019 AMA National Championship video, which is a video which Sparky shot with his video camera of me flying his Junar XL, by the way. And if you go there and put a comment or question there, I'll be able to respond to you quickly because I will see the notification. I'll get it. Now, on Sparky's channel, I don't check in on there, so I don't get comments or questions because I'm not really looking for comments or questions there. I hope you would go to my channel to do that for me. I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support. You are making it happen. Please keep the conversations family room friendly. In other words, please don't use words or do things you wouldn't say or do around your own children or grandchildren. And without any further ado, I'm going to now post a link at the Stunthangar Forum. Now, that's where the portal to get into the show. And the At the Bench is right below in memory of our friends. So I'm posting it now. And that's how you get into the show. If you're in the audience watching the show, that's how you get in. And now Sparky is so busy. Give him a chance. He will approve once you fill out the the basic information, your email and your name, and then Sparky will most likely approve you. And let me see here what's going on. Let me check out the what I call the control panel. I'm making my way there now. Let me see here. It looks like we are streaming, which is good. And there are some people already in the chat box. Thank you very much. I'll be with you momentarily. And I hope everybody had a good week. I went out flying today and had some guests come out there. It was great to see them out there. And I know I had fun. I hope they had fun too. So let me see, check on this. And let's see, looks like we have 11 in the that are streaming us. 6 have given us likes already. So the 5 of you, please go ahead and smash that like button. That really makes a difference with the analytics of the show. And we make a few little edits here, and then we'll be cooking with oil. Yeah, just give me a moment here. Went out today with a battery that I actually had for the glow igniter. I actually made a rig to facilitate me replacing the batteries in the glow igniter. I brought with you, Brad LaPointe, almost there. And let me see here. Okay, let me get rid of this. And we'll be cooking with gas here. I got this. All right. Looks like, I don't know who came in first, but Brad LaPointe, welcome. Thank you for coming in. Your mic's muted. That's okay. Just give me a nod and I know you heard me. And then Keith Trossel. Thank you, Keith, for coming in. Appreciate it. And Dennis Adam Misson is in here. Thank you, Dennis. And looks like Tom.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday. I am a little bit older. I had a birthday yesterday. Turned 65 yesterday. And in our community, that's a kid. We have a lot of our hobby is we have a lot of elderly statesmen, and so I go to contests, and I'm not the youngest out there, but I'm definitely not in the older group. It's like I'm not sure which Tom is coming in, but thank you, Paul. I see you're in the house. Thank you for coming in, Paul Taylor. Mark Gerber is making his way in here, and so like I was saying in my intro, I went flying today, and out there was Jim Hoffman, Dave Sabon, Carl Reed, Joe Mata, and am I missing anybody? And me. And Jim Hoffman brought out his beautiful, elegant Predator. That lace paint job is just really impresses me. And Gary Sinclair, how are you doing, Gary?
All right. I tried sending you a couple emails and they went come back.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Snap. I don't know what's going on. I haven't been on my email. I'm so sorry, Gary. I've just been unbelievably busy. And hey, Mark, now I see you. I saw your name earlier and no video, but now I see you. Thanks for coming in, Mark.
Let me get rid of this bright light in the background here.
All right. So anyways, where were we?
Good gang here. Good gang.
It looks like Cat LaPointe is in here too. So
yeah. He's like, look at me, not that screen.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So in the chat box, we have Tom Ramley said, like provided. Thank you, Tom. And Dennis Adamiston says, hello to the Stunthangar chat world. Like added. Thank you. We'll join you in a moment. And Dennis Adamiston, he has a little distinction in his handle because they can see he is a YouTube member. So thank you very much for supporting us that way, Dennis, and coming in to the show. I appreciate that. Paul Taylor says, like sent. And Jonathan Caradas, he's also a Stunthangar YouTube member. I can tell by the little sticker there next to his name. And he says, hi, guys, from Kiwi Land. No flying here in Auckland today. Raining. Okay. Yeah, it rained earlier this week, and I was really concerned because I was hoping that Jim Hoffman, when he came out here, it'd be a okay, flyable, doable conditions, and it was doable. It wasn't the best. Actually, we did not have a lot of wind, so that can be treacherous. For those of you who don't know control line, we really do need wind, not excessive, but we need wind to blow away our turbulence, and so it wasn't the best situation for Jim Hoffman out here. But Dave Sabon flew his Genesis, and And then Jim Hoffman is Predator. Like I said, I was flying a Brodak P40 ARF with the LA 45, LA 46 on it. And then Carl was flying that plane. Hey, Mike Lonke is in the house. Thank you, Mike, for coming in.
I might.
And so it was a pretty decent flying day. But then after a while, the weather improved. Our wind does come up in the afternoon. So the wind came up probably about 12:30. But it was a pretty decent day. You know, no crashes out there. And by the way, Jim Hoffman's brother, Andy, was out there too. So we had some fans as well as some participants. And it looks like Mark Weiss is making his way in here. Hey, Mark, thank you for coming in. Appreciate that.
Hey, Charles. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you too.
Even me, Mark?
More than anyone.
Oh, cripe. Now I know
Oh,
it's coming. All right.
Oh, is that Dennis? Oh,
Oh. All right. That's more like it. Thank you, Mark. Now I recognize you. So.
Well, I see Chris in Mike Lonke's shop, and I see his son. How you guys doing? So they must be busy doing something. No problem.
You know, that's it. Right. They got a full house there.
Yeah.
See, Sam's back there too. I didn't see him at first.
Sam's back there. He's back there doing something, probably with a combat ship, probably getting ready for the season.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that engine there. Look at that motor there.
We're cleaning up and doing repairs from our outing today. We went and flew today. I'll come back later. I got a little video to share, but I'm gonna mute my mic for now.
No problem. Thanks for coming in. All righty. So let me see here. We have another comment in the chat box from Old Control Line Pilot, aka Bob Whitley up in Canada. He says, "Hi guys, tied up and can't join you tonight, but like given." He's also a member of our YouTube channel membership. So appreciate you guys supporting the show. And it looks like Tom Rammel's giving us a side view. Thanks, Tom, for coming in. Look at that beautiful wing in the background.
That is
big here real quick.
We definitely got to grill them on that. That looks really good.
That looks really neat. Great craftsmanship.
7 feet. I don't know if you could tell.
Wow, I couldn't tell, but I believe you now. Wow.
See if I can stand it up so you can get a comparison.
Oh, there goes another dent. You got to repair.
Yeah, at the ceiling. So I'm 6 feet.
Oh, wow. Wow, yeah. That is a tall wing. Wow, yeah. Very nice. Oh, wow, you got some dihedral too. Very nice.
This is 800 square inches, or just under 800 square inches. And it weighs, straight now, it weighs 24 ounces. That's with the servos installed.
Right.
Wow.
Aileron, two aileron servos.
Very
So,
cool.
an awful lot. I was going to say, I'm going to guess DC-3.
Yeah, C-47 is the military
All right.
version of DC.
Even better.
Same thing.
Very cool.
So I've on my YouTube channel, I have 6 videos posted. And my YouTube channel is Tom Rammel with a space between Tom and Rammel. TOM space RAMMEL. So
is that a printer right below your wing?
yeah, that's a plotter. That's my big plotter for plotting prints.
Very nice.
Very cool. All righty.
And some of the videos show the laser cutting the ribs out on my homemade laser cutter.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw that.
My.
And we have Stuart's in the house. Thank you, Stuart, for coming in. And John Miller. Thank you for coming in, John Miller. And we have a question from our chat box here. This is from Jonathan Caradas in Kiwi Land. He says, question for the guys. Have you ever built a scale or a semi-scale bristle bullfighter.
No, but that would be a heck of a subject, though. The bullfighter had a lot of different options too, a lot of different variations that could make for some really, really, really gnarly, muscular looking twins. Yeah, big round motors. Some of them had slight dihedral in the stab. There's some differences in the fin and the nose cone of the center fuselage. Some of them have lots of guns, you know, so that, yeah, there's an awful lot of character you can build into that airplane. So yeah, that would definitely be a high priority twin in my book.
Everybody got a picture of one?
Coming, all right. Hey, Howard Rush is in the
Hey,
house.
Howard.
Thank you, Howard, for coming in.
John, you had to ask that question with Keith in the house, right? Does
Oh.
anybody have a picture? Are you kidding?
I didn't see Keith up there, so
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Or you know what Peter Naval would do? He would actually go and find it on the internet, and then he would just share it right away.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where is Peter? I haven't seen him for a while.
I know. I haven't seen him. I was entertaining giving him a call, but like some things they just kind of I think about it, but I'm so inundated with different things. It slips my mind, falls through the cracks.
When was he going to get married?
I think it already happened.
Maybe that's why he's.
I don't remember.
Well, that could be.
Yeah, we've been trying to get him out at the field. He showed up one day, but I sent him a couple of text messages and hadn't heard a peep, so he's missing in action.
Well, that's good that you have been trying to get him out, because I don't think he's flown in years or maybe even a decade. It's been a while since he's flown. So that'd be good to get him out there.
Well, Howard's in the AMA magazine.
Really?
Next month, yeah.
Oh, very cool. Well, on the cover?
Page 86. Page 86.
Page 86.
Yeah. And Jim
So is he
Hoffman.
a centerfold model or what?
No.
Probably, yeah.
Jim Hoffman and Steve McBride, he's on page 106.
Oh, there's this coverage of the Las Vegas Stunt Challenge?
uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, you won the concourse, right? Didn't you get that concourse award there, or
Yeah,
the Pilot's Choice Award? I'm not sure which it was.
yeah. Well,
Wait a
it was
minute.
one guy's
Yep.
choice.
I haven't seen my magazine yet, but I guess I would have expected he might have gotten a picture in for representing us at the Worlds here.
World's right. Yes, it is.
Oh,
Okay, I was going to say, did they publish Las Vegas and they skipped right past the Worlds or something like that?
I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
got
the
a
Worlds.
better prize in Las Vegas than I did at the World Champs. Well, it was 87th place or something.
Geez.
While I'm thinking this, hey, Gary, you know what? When you want to reach me, the best way to reach me is to call me, Gary.
Okay. Well, I just sent you.
Yeah.
I just sent you something. Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. I'm just thinking that's how you can catch me for sure, is to call me,
Yeah.
because it'll freeze me in time and I'll answer.
Yeah, it works for me.
Yeah, that's a good way to reach me.
He's still looking there.
Oh, okay. Well, anybody else do any flying or building in their shop they want to share with us?
It's 12 degrees outside right now.
12 degrees. Ooh, you can keep that there.
We're going to try to go tomorrow. I'm charging batteries right now.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
We just had 3 days of snow, and so I just cleaned off the driveway with the Bobcat.
Wow.
It's
How much snow did you get?
about 12 inches.
Yeah.
It was so wet and heavy though that I even got the Bobcat stuck.
Wow.
I had to back up and just take part of the load.
150 miles north of me, they got 12 inches or so. And up the mountains already, we've got at the at the ski areas, they got 100-foot base, 100-inch base.
100-inch base.
Yeah. 100
Yeah.
feet would be an awful lot. So
Yeah.
That would be a lot. We would.
That
Good
we'd
for
be able to-
Utah. So
We'd be able to fill up Lake Mead with 100-foot.
Yeah, that'd be like an
Yeah.
ice wall.
Yeah, yeah.
Put
But
it
100
back in.
inches, I think some of that is man-made. I think they've got 3 or
Sure.
4 feet, those.
All right. All right. So no one has done any flying except for Jim Hoffman, Dave Sabon, myself. Oh, actually, I think Mike Lonke and them did flying. They're
Yeah,
doing
that's
some
true.
repairs. Mike Lonke did some flying, so I know that's the case. It's like we have a Tom Knight coming in. I don't know if I've seen Tom Knight before, but let's see who this is.
Hey, Charles,
Yeah, Mark.
I'm trying to send a chat to someone, and I have their name in there, and I put the message. How does it send?
I think when you hit enter, it executes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, Tom Knight, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Charles.
That's great. So right now we're up to 14 people and in the house. So it's good. It's very good.
I used to be Nancy, remember?
Yes, I know. You're one of those shapeshifters. I gotta be careful. I gotta watch out. And looks like Stuart. What are you working on, Stuart? Is that what is that?
Looks like a cub.
That's what I was trying to get it out of my mouth. That's what it is, a cub.
Tell by the rudder.
You make it big so people can see it.
Wow.
Wow, looks nice. Wow, that's pretty. I like the colors.
Yeah, it's a nice looking plane.
Yeah, very nice.
So Charles, that wing that I'm working on, it took 20 sheets of balsa. to
Oh,
build.
wow.
That's more than your precious balsa.
Yeah, but that's a more expensive too.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking 20 sheets, at a pop.
That's about $60 worth of balsa.
Pardon me.
That's just for the wing.
Yeah.
Wow. And Lynn Burrell, thank you for coming in, Lynn.
Hey,
Friends
guys.
of the house.
And then,
hey, Tom, was that an original design or plans built, or is that or kit, or what is that?
It's plans built from
Mm-hmm.
just the plans, scratch
Okay.
built. Scratch built from plans.
Wow. Very neat.
I just got the plans off the internet and printed them on my plotter. And then I did the CAD work to get them ready to cut on my laser cutter,
Mm-hmm.
my CNC laser cutter.
I don't know. You got a laser cutter. You could be everybody's new best friend right now.
I'm not taking on any free work.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the most popular people in our in the hobby right now are those with laser printers or laser cutters, I mean, and 3D printers, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and I'd say vinyl cutters.
Vinyl cutters, right? Yeah, right
yeah,
there, right there.
Mhm.
I just got one of those, so I'm learning how to cut paint mask.
Oh, my new buddy. All right, great.
Dennis, anybody that has a supply of double lock silk span.
Well, I
got all
saw that
stuff
Dave
separate.
Rigotti was able to sell a couple of sheets. Of course, they were like 1 meter wide by 8 feet long. He sold them for like $15 a piece or something like that. I thought,
Hmm.
I'm
I got
sitting
that
on some
stuff.
gold here somewhere, but
I got that stuff except for the silk span, but I still don't have that many friends.
oh. Howard, you got friends.
Yes.
Well, yeah, wait till I
friends.
get the silk span, then I'll have
that's it. That's it, old buddy.
Well, wasn't Rigotti's silk span from the tea bags?
Yeah, something like that.
I think all silk span is from tea bag, or it's the same thing they use to make tea bags.
I think you're right.
Well, Len, you missed the presentation on the DC-3 wing.
Oh,
You'll have to
well.
go back and check it out.
I'll go back and check it out. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Let me welcome Carl Reed. Hey, Carl, thanks for coming in. I know your mic's muted, which is fine. Just want to let you know I noticed you, acknowledge you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Len,
What's up?
I was watching YouTube the other night and I saw something that said the Balsa Beavers or something like that.
Right?
And it showed you flying an airplane at a endurance contest.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the Canadian endurance record.
How did you do?
3 hours and 28 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, we have the Canadian endurance record at 3 hours and 28 minutes.
That's fantastic.
That was in 2017.
Through 2018, I guess.
Through until now.
Yeah. And before I wanted to show you one other thing.
What is that?
That's your Super Tiger going out tomorrow.
Woohoo!
All right.
All right.
Now, if you want the piston and the cylinder, that's it.
Nice, Mark.
But we can talk about it.
It'll cost you a couple of sheets of silk span. How's that?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
that's-
I've got a couple of sheets of silk span if I have to, but we'll see.
That's funny.
I don't remember that being part of the deal, but you
I don't
never
either.
know.
I don't either.
That's funny. Gonna send it in pieces.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
You notice how people are keeping real quiet about how much silk span they got?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on. Is there a shortage of silk span, obviously, or what?
Better believe it.
Well, it's not
Yeah,
made
you better
anymore, for
believe
one
it.
thing.
Does
So all the
anybody,
regular sources, SIG and KS, all that, they don't have it anymore. They can't get anymore.
is
John
anybody,
Brodak went so far as to try to get his own made. And he made a valiant effort, but it's not the same as the old silk
No,
span was.
I used it on one airplane and I was thoroughly disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah, I used it once and yeah, didn't like it.
No, it
He has
wasn't good
both
at
a
all.
medium and a
The roll
light
of it.
grade. I think the light grade would be all right for, just covering up solid balsa areas and
I
stuff
use
like that.
this the listening
Root
for
beard, you're my buddy.
yes.
What's that, Dr. Paper or silk span?
no, it's that doctor's paper.
Yeah.
How do you like that?
I have a roll of that too.
I got a whole case of it.
I got some of that discounted, but it was used.
Ah,
Oh my goodness.
well, hey, you
Already
just cut
painted
around
on
the
one
stains,
side.
it'll be all right.
Yep.
Or work the stains into the paint
Ah.
stain.
Oh my God, here we go.
I'm going to bring out the airplane pretty soon. Where's that airplane at?
Yeah, right there.
We're talking about airplanes,
Yeah.
airplane covering.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's right. Still airplanes.
Hey, Charles, you have any help? I still have my airplane handy, so.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate
And
that.
it's even,
Yes.
in honor of Brad and, Len.
Make that thing
Stuart.
That's
Ah,
very cool.
Oh, yeah,
Tom?
Stuart and, well,
Tom?
Bob's not here, but,
Very
you
good.
know. It's sort of a standoff and squint Canadair tutor, I think.
That's a snowbird.
Ah, it says so on the tail. I just saw that.
Yeah, it's a snowbird. Cool.
Hmm.
Wow.
Very
Yeah, it's a
nice.
Tudor jet.
It's a really neat airplane, I thought.
I actually thought of building one of those for stunt, but the only problem was I would have had to lower the tail because the tail on it is way up at the top of the,
Right, it's a
rudder.
T-tail.
yeah.
But you know, Len, I was looking at it and I thought, I was just make it with the normal tail, the
Yeah,
normal stunt tail, keep the shapes and everything like that. Keep the beautiful paint jobs and stuff. It would still be a stunning airplane.
it would look pretty sharp. Yeah, I
Yeah.
might still consider that.
So, I mean, if you take the basic form of it and everything like that, and the big canopy and everything like that, it's got a lot of character in it. If you could,
Yes, it
keep all
does.
those elements in it, the T-tail would be problematic, but, if you just made it more normal.
Regular tail would be just perfect.
Yeah, it
I may
wouldn't
still
be
consider
scale
that
or
'cause-
semi-scale anymore, but it would still be an awesome stunt plane.
I actually drew a small drawing of it at one point and thought, gee, this really does look neat. And with the trike gear, that would be great. That'd be pretty cool.
Hey, Joe.
Joe's
Thanks
in the
for coming
house.
in.
Hello, y'all.
How you
Hi,
doing?
Joe.
Oh, good. Hello, Howard.
Joe Gilbert's in the house.
Hello, Mr. Joe Gilbert.
Can't see
Hey,
him yet,
Taylor.
but I hear him.
Got a good group.
Yes. Well, you completed.
Well, we have a big group. I don't know if it's a good group just yet.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah.
Look at
Even
Lunky's
better.
got stuff going on.
What was that again, Joe?
Just trying to stay warm.
It's cold here.
How cold is
Cold
it?
is cold.
Oh, I don't know. It's gonna be 28 in the morning. It's probably 35 now. Wind blowing 20. The wind's blowing. It's cold.
Oh, it's
Mhm.
12 degrees here.
12.
Yeah.
You got to go south.
Yeah, think about it.
What do you got there, Charles?
Oh, you never seen it? You never seen it before? This is my wife gave it to me. It's an M&M's container. Let me see.
It's a biplane to get us back on talking about airplanes.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes,
That's good.
I've been using this.
It's a stunt biplane.
It's a stunt bike.
Look at that. It flies good inverted.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know
Always better.
about that little M&M sitting on the top wing, but
Yeah, I was surprised. I was hoping it wouldn't fall off.
He's got guts.
Mhm.
yeah, if he falls off, he'll show them to us.
That's it.
Well, it's empty. If it had M&Ms, I would probably be trying to gobble them all up.
Mhm.
Paul,
But that guy
you-
sitting on the top of the wing, he's the one that says, "Hey, everybody, watch this,"
Yeah.
or "Watch this."
so Paul, you have a comment or a question, Paul? What happened? Paul, you're
Paul's
muted.
right now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I was gonna show a picture of an airplane if I could.
Yeah, just go ahead. It should be share enabled. Let me make sure it's enabled. I'm pretty sure I did that early. Yes, it's ready for you to share.
All right, let me see if I can do this.
So you just bring up your item first, and then you
Okay.
go to the bottom of the center and you hit that green share button, share
All right.
screen button, and then you have to select it again, the one you want to share.
All right.
Oh, good job. Look at you, quick.
All right.
Look at
Bro,
that.
All right. Yeah.
All right. That's that Mr. Tate there.
No, that's
That's Jim
Jimmy
Lynch.
That's Jim
Lynch.
Lynch,
I get those two confused all the time.
that's
And
a
that's a plane.
Brodak.
That's a plane that he designed, I think, back in the 70s. That's his volunteer.
That's his own
Mhm.
airplane.
Nice.
It's
Yeah.
outside the garage.
Say
That's a
what?
Brodak.
It's just outside John's garage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looks like it.
Just right
Yep.
of the picture.
And he's got that's his father-in-law. That's his picture out on the wing. He was killed in the war, never made it home. So he kind of did the tribute to his father-in-law on that one. But he built two of them. One's got an LA-46 in it, and one of them's got an Aero Tiger 36. And I heard somebody say it's a little plane that flies like a big plane.
It
Huh.
does.
Yeah.
How did you get that picture on the wing? Is it that's intriguing. How did you do that?
He sent that to somebody and they made a decal out of it, and he put it on there and then shot clear over it.
Very cool.
Yeah. Let's see if it'll where's the other one?
Notice how simple and easy that trim scheme is and how it
Oh,
lends
yeah.
itself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy
yeah.
does some nice work. He
Oh, his finishes are outstanding.
yeah,
Yes.
he keeps it clean.
I've
There's
seen it.
Charlie's big job.
All right.
If you look close on that, guys, on the nose, USA's right by his hand through the
Yep.
red.
Yep, he's got it ghosted in right there.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah. That's a pretty plane.
Really is.
Yeah, Charlie's a good builder too. He's got some neat stuff. And there's when we made the cover of Control Line World.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
No, it's a fake cover.
Well, that's a good. I like that.
Yeah, Nikki made that for me, and I gave it to all the guys for Christmas one year.
Very cool. So who's in this picture?
Okay, so I just kind of made jokes about all of us here, but so the first set of wheel pants I ever made was on a Vector, and I took it over to Jimmy's house, and I was so proud. I had them tissued and everything. I walked up to Jimmy and I said, "Jimmy, look, I made some wheel pants. They're ready for paint." And he looked at them and he said, "We can fix those." And it was like you just deflated a balloon.
Oh, I
man.
bet. Oh, man.
Yeah. So I put
What
that
did he
down there
see
at the
that you
bottom.
didn't see?
Yeah. So I put that down there at the bottom. We can fix the wheel pants. And then the gentleman next to me was Don, and all he would ever build was Banshees, but his fuselages were always bent. So we always said he had the flying bananas.
Mm-hmm. Oh, flying
And
banana.
Brian Raheli's next to him, and all he built was twisters, and he built some other planes too, but he liked to pour the paint on, so all his stuff was chunky monkeys.
Okay.
And then Jim's plane, we called that the little plane that flies big. So Nikki did that to me. I sent her the picture, and she kind of put that together for me, so I thought it was cool.
That's really good.
That's very cool.
That is really good.
I like that. I like your Nobler. That's kind of neat how you did that.
Well, that's a funny story too. That was an ARF Nobler, and I put it in at Paducah doing a figure 9, and that was Jimmy helped me put that back together, and that was the first cow that I ever built. And so we kind of renamed it Not Half Bad, because after that it flew a lot better than it did to begin with.
Very good.
Yeah, but that's a heck of an exercise to go through for trimming.
Yeah.
We've all done it though.
Oh,
I
we
don't
sure
think
have.
that's anywhere on the Walker trim sheet.
Yeah.
All else fails, do a figure 9 and start over.
Yeah, break
I don't
the
think
nose off and
I don't
start
think even
over.
Paul has tried that one, but
Yeah. Yep.
So Keith, did you find the bullfighter?
Yeah, a little bit on it.
Let me make you big here.
Just there's some.
Oh, wow.
Fighter, sure.
Yeah, that would make a good subject.
That'd make a great electric airplane.
This may not show
Yeah.
up very well, but here's.
oh,
Look at
yeah.
that platform. Oh, baby.
Oh, that looks
Oh, I
nice.
like that. Yeah.
But there were, slight, there were some with dihedral stabs, and there was some on your other page there that had great big dorsal fins on them.
Yeah,
The
I
airplane
show
was
that.
extremely versatile. They did everything with that airplane. So
The dorsal fin, they put that on for stability when it's carrying torpedoes.
Half CG always probably just about on the backside.
Very neat. Wow. Yeah, it would be a nice electric plane.
You might have to fudge the nacelles and the nose just a little bit to get it to balance. There's a lot of aft area there.
A lot of
Yeah. You just don't have two big old radials up there for weight on a model.
Wow,
The
that's
problem
really
with
good looking.
radial- On a semi-scale twin, you got those radials out there, and to get the proportions to look right, you're gonna have to have awful big nacelles to make it look right, I think.
That's all right. I like the way they've got the nacelles or the front molded in, so you've got an annular ring around the yeah. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and that I think would help keep it from scooping up so much air and adding a huge amount of drag. You could actually build it. I like it. The wing goes straight across to the engines, through the fuselage, straight across, then a little dihedral out the tip, and That would probably work well.
Yeah, you could almost go ahead and do straight dihedral all the way. Well, just taper from the bottom and call it good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Build
What
the
air-
wing from the top.
What aircraft is that, Keith?
That's the Bristol Bullfighter.
Bristol.
Bristol.
British airplane.
He was a night fighter during the German Blitz over London,
A, B, C, D.
but as a jack of all trades throughout the whole war. But
Oh,
he
yeah.
shined as a night fighter.
Bell.
There was a Merlin engine version of it. They tried it, and it may have been the only airplane that really didn't work well with the Merlin. They didn't build very many of them, but they did try it. I remember seeing something on YouTube about
See if
that.
there's anything in here on that. Just a minute.
Yeah.
Well, welcome, Sparky. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, no problem. I saw Keith going through his aircraft books, and I have a set of these. They're
Hang on a
big,
second.
like phone books.
Okay, I see that. Wow.
They're
Yeah.
five. There's 5 editions of them, and they got every airplane in them, that you can think of. Like, here's a Whitley.
Yes. Okay.
Huh.
And it's, I think from World War I to present. Here's a Defiant.
Wow, that's a pretty neat book.
Now these things. This is the Illustrated Encyclopedia of Aircraft. And there's 20 pages in each of these things, and there's like 215 volumes of it.
Here's
Good.
here's
Well,
another.
hang on, Sparky. I'm going back and forth between making you guys big. So I just finishing up
I've
with Keith.
never
Keith-
seen what Keith has.
B-57 Martin. I mean, I don't have a place to lay these on, but you name an airplane and I got a book that it's in it. I mean,
Wow.
Hunter, Voodoo, Victor, Seahawk, Starfighter, Cutlass. If a scale guy was doing something, these would be the books for him.
Very cool.
I knew a guy who did a Seahawk stunter. It turned out pretty good.
Very, very cool. Thank you. And then what we got there, Dennis? Just give me a second here.
Just a comment on these things. I was buying these things like one at a time.
Hang on, Dennis. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Keith.
I was looking for particular information on an airplane. I could go to eBay and find something like this, one of these magazines. There's several versions of this. This was published in Australia, I think. But then I found a guy in Australia that was selling the whole set of them for a reasonable price. It cost more to ship them than it did for the set. But I have all 220 or 240 copies of this thing now. It's an
Are you coming to the Nats this year, Keith?
planning on it, yes.
Well, you show up, let me know you're coming, and you can have those books I just showed you. I got 5 of them.
I've got that.
You got those books?
Thank you.
Very, very cool.
Hey, Sparky, I can pretend I'm Keith if you want to pass them out.
Yeah, you can have them. You can have them if you want them.
I don't know
What
if
do you
I
wanna
need
show us
5
there?
copies, but yeah.
No, there's 5 volumes. They're in.
5 volumes, even better. Okay.
You're big now, Dennis. Go ahead and show me what you want.
Okay. Actually, Len just mentioned a Seahawk. Is this the one you were talking about, Len?
Yeah, exactly.
That's neat looking too.
All right. These were books that used to be published during the 60s. They were published in England, Profile Publications,
Yeah.
and they were nice little histories on the airplanes, in question. You always have at least, one, 4 or 5 view on it, and a lot of different paint schemes.
That's the one.
I wish we could get a ducted fan to work right for stun.
Yeah. But where I was going with this is that these things have been out of print for a long time, but there's a place, oh crap, what's it called? I gotta find the name of it and I'd get back to you, but basically these things have all been digitized and you can download them. as PDFs. And I think it was 280 of them. I'm not sure exact number.
About right.
Wow.
And but they're a nice dandy little source. I mean, they're not totally comprehensive like some of the, but
Well,
they'd certainly get you in the ballpark.
They're good for
Dennis?
color, they're good for color schemes and general arrangement for trying to get a really good set of 3 views for scale presentation.
Mhm.
Well,
Yep.
for sport scale, they work, but for precision scale, not so much because
Mhm.
they're not good line drawings for 3 views, let's put it that way.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, Dennis,
And,
can you post that link on Stunthanger when you find it?
I sure can.
Thank you.
I sure can. Yeah, I got it on one of them here, but it's one of the planned sites. I think it's actually based in Canada, but any rate. And but anyhow, this isn't anything like Keats Library, but the neat thing is they had an awful lot of really cool stuff.
Wow, you got a pile of them.
Yeah. Well, I have that many of them. So
There's a good
number show up on eBay from time to time.
I bet the Magister is in there.
the what?
The Magister, is that
Yes.
a Magister?
It is not. At least
Oh.
not my Magister.
Oh,
I love this. I always liked this airplane.
Cool.
I've got a Stig kit of that. I mean, no, a
Yeah, the
Sterling.
the
I got a
Sterling kit.
Sterling kit of that. It's
Yeah, the
full of
one that
sticks and
Sterling
bolts.
did was, there's one little picture here. The original design had an inline engine and the gull dihedral basically fit the cylinders or something like that, or built right off the ridge of the cylinder line. But the engine didn't have good long-term potential and quickly went over to I think it was actually a Bristol Mercury radial or something like that. One of the Bristols. But any
Well, hey,
rate,
on that Polish fighter thing, there was a model airplane news back in, I think it's 1943, published plans, some detailed plans for, it wasn't that Polish fighter, but very similar configuration with a gull wing. It's just a very attractive airplane. It's got a thick airfoil. And it's on my list of things that potential could be flown in old time stunt. It would be hard to build it light.
Well, I've looked at the Osprey.
Ooh,
Good
wow.
looking, really good looking airplane, but I don't think it's old time era. I think it's actually classic era. But yeah, it's a good looking thing.
As long as we're talking about these reference books, the War Paint series came from England, and there's maybe 60 or 70 of these things, individual airplanes, and gives the whole story and tons of color.
wow.
3 views. Let's show you the 3 views on this.
All right.
Like this.
Wow.
That's
Those
nice.
are good.
Then just pages and pages of color. Now here's full page color, and then whole series of
Oh,
profiles.
wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there's several books on the Hornet like this, even more stuff. Here's more.
Hmm.
There's another page here. Hold on.
Was that a wood airplane, Keith? It was, wasn't
It
it?
was all wood, yes.
Yes.
Just
that's
like
all.
just like the Mosquito. And here's some different versions. And in fact, the reason you don't see any of them is that those plywood airplanes didn't last very long.
No.
I had a friend that was looking for a particular airplane, and he thought somebody wrote to him and thought he found the Sea Hornet down in Australia. And so he went down to Australia. He's going to buy it. This guy had a lot of money. And what he found there was a Mosquito with the wings, two wingtips touching the ground.
Oh my goodness.
Here's
Rotted away.
here's some more.
Nice.
So you have all sorts of variations on more. It's a great book, and there's several others that expand even more on what this Sea Hornet was, or the Hornet.
That was an awesome airplane in the day.
Yeah, here's another
Small
one.
structure,
Neat color
big
scheme
engine.
with a um, with a lightning flash on the back. Here's a picture of that same airplane.
Yeah, good looking airplane.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
And
Eric
Howard,
Brown.
Howard raised his hand digitally. Howard, go ahead. Do you have a question or comment, Howard?
Keith, do you have this book?
Let
Which
me
one?
hang on a second. Let me make him big. I gotta remove Keith here. And then where are you, Howard?
Where am I? There
Oh,
I
there
am.
you are. Yeah, this let me make it big. Okay. Aircraft camouflage and markings, 1907 to 1954.
Yeah, it's a British
Yeah.
British book.
That'd be interesting.
Stuff like this, different squadrons.
Very neat.
No,
So
I
do you
do not
have-
have that one.
Okay. Yeah, I found another copy of it, gave it to Mike Cavill. I've had this since I was 10 years old or so.
Oh my goodness, really, Howard?
Yeah.
What was that, 1907?
Yeah, 1907 to I think 54.
54, yeah.
Yeah. You didn't catch it.
Yeah,
I got it. Yeah, we got it.
Best not
He
to
did, he did
comment.
most of the research on it, yeah. All right.
That was a good one, Sparky. I had some comments, you guys. John Caradas, he said, I see Keith digging out pictures of the Beaufighter. Awesome armament in the nose. The Aussies use them very effectively against the Japanese in the Pacific for shipping and ground attack. And then he goes on to say they made 350 of them in Aussie.
did they change the power on them? The Aussies, usually they're like hot rodders on most everything that they built in Australia.
Maybe he'll respond. I don't know.
Yeah, they I know the Mustang they built was powered up.
Well, there's a picture here of the Merlin powered one. It's not a very good picture though. If I can find it here, guys. Yeah, it's not going to show up very well.
Let me see where you at. Oh, there you
Oh.
are. Hang on a second. Make it big here.
Yeah,
Down here. It's supposed to be a Merlin powered, but you can't
Yep.
really tell much about it.
Long engines.
Yeah,
But that would fix the frontal area problem and it would fix the bounce problem.
Well,
yeah.
it would make an interesting airplane. It's got that neat short nose, like it has its own personality, that's for sure.
It has a lot of personality. That's what I like about it. It's just not, it's not generic. There's not a generic line on it. Everything on it looks special, so.
I'll show you what would make into a neat, I thought would make into a neat twin, but it doesn't work very good for semi-scale stunt. I'll go get it just a minute.
Mhm.
All right.
Has anybody ever made one with twins like that with a pusher prop where the engine's in the back?
Like the Air Cobra.
What was the
The Bell Aracuda?
Bell Aracuda or Air Cobra?
Air
Twin
Yeah,
engine
the Aracuda,
had engines, guns in each nacelle.
right.
Yeah. The idea was that they would come up underneath the bombers and shoot them down in the unprotected belly area.
Hey, I've said before, there are 3 or 4 really good-looking twins that I think would make good-looking semi-scale stunt ships. Of course, one of those would be the Sea Hornet. One is the Grumman Tiger Cat,
Yeah,
Yes.
and then I always thought that this would work out nicely, but it doesn't.
Make it big here.
yeah, the KI 43.
KI
I've got-
83, yeah.
Yes. Oh, 83. Okay.
That's an
And,
oddball. That's
slim pencil fuselage, high aspect ratio wings. And when you try to put those high aspect ratio wings into a stunt platform, that doesn't work very well. And then put those radios on there to make it sort of scale. It's even worse than trying to work with the Tiger Cat. Wendy did a great job making a semi-scale stunt ship out of the Tiger Cat,
Mm-hmm.
but that'd be a better twin, if you go on that approach, than what this would be. But the,
Yes, he did.
Have you looked at the KI 43, I think it was, the Dyna?
yeah, it's sort of the same sort of thing as what this is.
Same
It's just
problems?
a
Okay.
bigger fuselage. And
Yeah, okay.
it might work because it doesn't have the higher aspect ratio wing that this thing does. So
Yeah.
What was that twin that Al Rabe built?
that's the Hornet.
Hornet. John Hill's got that.
That's this thing.
Yes, yeah.
That's Raby's airplane.
How did it fly?
It hasn't flown yet.
Uh-huh. Keith,
What?
have you ever studied on that British airplane, the twin engine Comet or something like that? I've got one out in the garage that Ted Snow built. Got 2 Fox 35s,
You
the
mean-
Grosvenor Cleveland Racer.
Yeah, hold on. I've got an airplane here. Just a minute.
I've flown it some, but the engines don't like each other.
Yeah, that's why electric is really the savior of wind.
I think it would be a great, yes. But Ted Snow built it. And Tom
Is there
Martin.
any, do you know if John Hill has any interest or plans for finishing it,
He's
the Hornet?
working on it currently working on it.
That's great.
I think he's gonna have the retracts working, if I'm not mistaken. He builds on that, and then he'll build a Mustang or something, or that's what I have with 2 Fox 35s, and they don't like each other.
Looks like something Remy Behringer had.
Well, this is the de Havilland Comet.
That's it.
And there's a racer in the 30s. This is not an airplane, it's Lou Woolgas. He built it for that profile scale contest in Tucson. And it did well for him. You see the
Nice looking.
Didn't Remy fly a full fuselage one of those at the Worlds?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's what I thought.
But here again, the real airplane had the really high aspect ratio wing. But everything else on the airplane works good for a stunt ship. Just cut
Got
down
pretty
the
big
aspect
tail.
ratio.
Just remember, you can never be too rich, be too thin, or you can't have too much aspect ratio. So as long as you have a really big car, so.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Or the wings unplugged from the fuselage.
Yeah, de Havilland is just, de Havilland had an eye for just beautiful airplanes. All of the airplanes they make are just
Good
gorgeous.
line.
Yeah. Even their string bags.
Well, the de Havilland Rapide biplane airliner of all things. It's got basically the same wings as that Comet, or very similar to it. Very high aspect ratio biplane with the narrow nacelles and stuff. And it's stunning how really attractive it is. You know, you wouldn't think that a biplane airliner could have any attractiveness to it at all.
Didn't they try to adapt that for wartime use?
Oh, I don't know. They probably
more.
adapted almost anything that would fly to a war, but I don't know.
It was a single pilot airplane, had a narrow nose. Just one set of controls is all that's in them.
Well, I love the fact that it's a twin. It had this, it was an inline twin, and the twin, it's just a beautiful looking biplane.
Hi, Mary Lou.
Hello, Mary Lou.
Hello, Mary Lou.
Hello.
She said hi, but her mic's muted. She doesn't realize that.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Who sang that song?
Yeah, I just showed her Brad's kitty who was in front of her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a comment from John Caradas. He says, I don't think they messed with the engines much, as they were already very strong and reliable engines and airframe. That's regarding the Aussies improving the motor.
Yeah, I think the only thing they might have done, I think the Canadians did some of this too, is that, you know, given the distances and everything like that, I think in some cases they substituted American engines for British engines because they were more available. And so what the Hercules engines on the Beaufighters were pretty much comparable to about a Wright 2000 or something like that.
1830 or something, probably.
Yeah, there was I think the later model 1820, 1830 would have been pretty close, but there was a 2000. I think that was actually Pratt & Whitney had the 2000 on the C-47. All right. Woohoo! Shout out to Tom there. And so yeah, but at any rate, I think that might have been it.
I remember reading about what they got the F-86 Sabre jets. I remember seeing a picture of it pulled apart, and they're jamming this great big, huge jet engine in there.
Yep. The last and best of the F-86s were the Canadair ones with I think it was the Orenda engine. They were like, a half again more thrust than any of the American versions. They're just absolutely stunning, airplanes for, what they were.
For 90 miles. For
9 miles, yeah.
Back in the 60s, I won a trip to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, and they had an F-86 that had the outer skins off. And everything is just jammed in there. It's so tight. It's amazing.
It's still there today.
It still doesn't have
Still
skin
there
on it.
today.
So.
They would have been a nightmare to work on. Can you imagine working on that? Like Tom said, they were packed.
Well, what is it? Back in the 60s, the fighters being flown had the density of about a lump of coal.
Yeah.
Okay. That's an interesting way to look at it, isn't it? Wow.
Didn't they have the power off glide of about a lump of coal? Some of them.
F4 Phantom, glide path of a brick.
Yep.
They wanted big engines and speed, baby.
I remember the F4 Phantom when they first came out. They had those engines that put out that sooty trail behind them. You could always see where they've been. But I read today that they actually later on in their production run, they put a different engine in there that burned clean and didn't do that.
They were still learning in 54, 55.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, but they still left a trail in Vietnam. They said all the Vietnamese had to do is look at the end of the black trail and they'd find an F4.
Yep. And they didn't have guns.
Yeah.
Well, that was one of the things about the F-15. They said, give us back our gun and give us engines that don't make black smoke. So
yeah.
Sounds like electric.
Hey, Sparky, one more coat of clear?
Well, I was gonna do it tomorrow, but John has some problems. There won't be a Saturday at John, so I have to wait till Monday. I'll be in St. Louis Monday.
Stuff happens.
Yeah.
Looks like you're gonna have it ready to fly come spring, though.
It's ready to fly right now.
Not if you put another coat of clear on it.
I can still fly it, just wipe it with Prepsol.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, ready to fly. It's even got the motor and prop and spinner on it, John.
Oh, yeah, it's ready to rock.
Okay.
What grid are you rubbing on that, Sparky?
1,000. 1,000, and then it'll get another coat of clear, and it'll drop to 2,000 and 3,000, and then 5,000. I'm just checking for pits right now. Getting all the peel out of it. I could polish it up from here. It would buff out from here. But
I bet.
I bet it would.
it's at 56.5 ounces now, so it'll be 57.5 when it's done. That's the way it goes.
Pretty nice and light.
What size engine you got in it, Sparky?
It's a PA 65.
Oh, shoot.
Beautiful.
On the pipe, I take it.
No, on the muffler.
On the muffler, okay.
And here's it's on this setup here. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Yeah,
Lower it down just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I see it.
Looks
Those work
nice.
pretty good, though. Gordon used to run those once in a while.
I've seen a lot of them run. Danny Banjock runs one on his whatever that thing is, the
Raven?
Raven. Yeah, they run okay.
Did you hand draw that Aegis?
No, I computer drew it.
Oh, okay.
If you go to Wix Aircraft and type in for the discount code STUNT10, you get 10% off Stunthangar discount for any
really?
anything you want.
Really?
So if you're a real pilot like Joe there, if you need some avionics or whatever, order it up and enter it in Stunt 10. 10% is not much, but at least it'll take care of the taxes.
Take care of taxes. That's
Yeah.
right.
For sure.
So,
Unless you're in California.
yeah.
Cat. The raccoon cat.
That's it. That's her.
How many airplanes you got in that room there with you, John?
1, 2, 3. Well, finished and unfinished, all of
All that I can see is that I can see 1, 2, 3, 4,
Four.
5 of them. 5 of them, isn't it? Or that's just
Yeah.
a box.
1, 2, 3. I see 4. And then there's up behind the tail of the one on top, there's 2. There's the T-Bird, the junior T-Bird, and one of Norm Whittle's fuselages. I've got a wing core and staff elevator for that. I've got to build that one.
So you're basically talking to us from the closet.
Well, actually, this is supposed to be my computer room, but I still see. I moved here 5 years ago. I'm still not through moving things where they're going to wind up. You know how it is.
I know.
My wife's no longer here, so I got nobody pushing me to clear it out. So
Yeah.
You don't have to please yourself, John.
that's it. I know where everything is. My daughter came over and cleaned my house for me, and now I can't find half my stuff.
Oh, that's a disaster.
Oh yeah, because when it was messy, I knew where everything was.
Oh my God.
I could look under that pile over there and that pile over there. That's where it was.
Amy asked our audience, if you're watching this, I think we have 29 watching right now, and we only have 16 likes. Would you please just smash the like button and consider joining our YouTube channel and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that whenever we are, whether myself or Sparky is on, you'll be notified. Thank you.
So basically with John's, his father's in a hospice. And so they don't know when, what's going to happen. So he's going to go be with the family tomorrow. So what it'll be is another day of sanding. So it'll be really sanded when I get there Monday.
Oh yeah.
The guy who put in the link somebody was asking about line connectors, and they put in the link on Stunthangar. I don't know what the name of the thread was, but I ended up ordering some of those, and those are exactly what we use.
You make it big. 1 second, Sparky.
I got blacks and silvers.
Well, that's yeah.
These are, it says on here, 110-pound Mac Roscoe snap stainless. Oh, lurepartsonline.com is where I got them from.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I got 20 of them. I can't remember. It was, I don't know, $8, $10 or whatever. It was pretty cheap. I don't remember what I paid for them. I got blacks and silvers.
And we got a hi, y'all, from Brent Williams. Thank you, Brent, for watching. And thank you, an audience, for improving the likes. We're up to 20 likes out of 30 viewers. So please continue. If you haven't hit the like button, please smash that like button. And I forgot to mention, you can also hit the super chat. That helps us out as well.
Anybody on here ever run a VF46 OS?
Yes, good motor.
Oh, good motor? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all I
Heavy.
need to know.
Heavy, but
Well,
good.
12.9.
Yeah.
I've got one, and somewhere in one of the boxes, I've got the header and the pipe for it, but I haven't run it yet. I think it's brand new.
Okay.
They
I
run
hope
good.
it's not in the part of the house that your daughter cleaned up for you.
I don't know. It'll turn up probably at my funeral.
Oh,
Would
no,
it be a
no.
lot more powerful than the 40 or not?
Yeah, about twice as powerful. The guys used to take the guts out of the 40 and sneak in the 46 parts so that they could run the smaller lines.
Okay.
And, yeah, they run good.
All right.
Well, fellas, I'm gonna go. Good
Gotta
night.
go.
Good
Yep.
night.
Batteries
Good
are
night.
charged.
See you later, Paul.
All right. Thank you,
Hey,
Paul.
Paul.
Thanks for coming in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take
It's
care.
a pretty high RPM engine, but you know, they run good and they four cycle good.
Good stuff.
So who's doing the pictures tonight for?
You have some pictures to share?
I think Mark's got one I'd like to see or see him share.
I'm
If you
looking at
can.
one right now. He doesn't look too bad.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yours.
Oh, Mark Gerber?
Oh, you. Oh, I
Oh,
thought
Mark
you meant
Gerber. I was talking
a
about
different
Mark Gerber. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I've got
Oh,
one
thank
that
you.
Dennis and I have been working on this week.
Where
Well,
are you at, Mark? Oh, there you
I
are.
sent work. Mark did work. All right. So
Oh,
let's see.
there you go.
All right, here we come. All right. Oh, these are colorized. All right.
Anybody know who that is?
Yes and no.
I've seen that guy.
Is that
Mhm.
Scarinzi?
No,
Keep guessing.
Okay.
he was a good friend, a good buddy of mine. Joe's a good buddy of yours too. So
Is that an admission?
that's the
big art.
biggest admission, man.
That's
That's
big art.
Art?
Look at the date on
1963.
the picture there.
That is
63.
big art.
1963.
Wow.
Sure enough.
Now, again, this is, I know I told the story before, but I guess I can tell it again. The Consolidated Company had the airplane, they called the You Name It. I had a naming contest and my mother submitted the name Cygnus. And it was actually, I guess, ended up being second to, to Trident. But she got a new kit out of it. Well, okay, under those circumstances, there's no way in the world Dad could call it a Trident, right? So
Right.
Cygnus. And so, yeah, that's one of the
Very
very
neat.
first of the consolidated, you name it's, Tridents. And that's when he built it then. So
Classic.
I sent
35.
this picture to Mark and I'll let him talk through what he did with it.
Yeah, so last week we were talking about colorization. So I ran the Photoshop colorization filter on this picture. And this is what I got. And it looked like this is kind of orange. And Dennis took a look at this and he said, nope. He said, you gave me a lot of coaching about the colors. And here's what it should look like. If I can get the thing to change. Here we go.
I'll
This is the final version as testified by Dennis that these are the right colors.
Well, let's
Right?
see, I was 9 years old at the time, so we're working on that memory, but that's my memory of what that thing looked like. It was
Oh, wow.
all that medium blue
Pretty.
with the dark blue and white trim on it.
Mhm.
And so I think the only thing that might have been holding it back here is that, the original picture was taken with probably a Brownie camera or something like
Yeah.
that. So it may not have been as sharp as, certainly a professional camera. And then the scan was not terribly high resolution. I think if I gave, my swag, I guess anyway, Mark, is that if you had a higher resolution scan to work with, it might work better. Something
It's
like that.
great. It's just great.
But I think that, when you take a look at how many times have you seen in the forum, the question comes up, does anybody know what the original airplane looked like?
Right.
Right? And the answer is, it's slim pickings, what the answers are and stuff like that. But, I think that stuff that Mark is working with and stuff is just really, it's got potential for really helping our history out here and a lot of
That's
this
your
kind of stuff.
dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Big Art when he was still Middle Art. Okay.
Middle Art.
It's September '63. He and my older brothers had flown, I think, 3 control line contests in the Detroit area. And that was their total experience with stunt. So
That was weird.
it just started. So
I looked at that picture and I knew that face, but could not place it. And then
Yeah.
yeah, you met him when he was shall we
Twice.
say a bit grayer and whatever else. So yeah.
Twice Big Art.
Yep.
He probably was double the age there.
Mm-hmm.
How old is he there?
Oh boy, you're gonna have me do that.
40?
Let's see. He was born in what, 27, I think it is. So what's the higher math there? So you would have been
36.
36. That sounds about right. Put it this way, my little sister, Marie, she was born in December, so she was less than 2 years old when that picture was taken.
Hmm.
I asked her if she remembered the airplane. She didn't have anything to add. So yeah, I did actually send a picture to my my brother Arch, my oldest brother, and I'm sure he's going to get a kick out of it too when he sees it. So
Very neat.
to me, that's you can argue whether it's perfect or exact, or that is so darn close, that anybody who was interested in duplicating that airplane or that paint job, they got something to work with. All right, they got a pretty good palette to work with.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I was serving in the Navy at that time. Dang, I feel old.
But hey, Mark, do you have your T-Bird picture there handy? I
Yeah.
thought that was a really good one too.
So this is that's my
Wow.
original T-Bird that I built in about 1989. I think this picture was taken about 1990. So last week, Dennis was saying, you should take a picture that the color and run it through the colorizer and see what you get. So I made it into a black and white.
Yeah.
And I ran it through the colorizer. And this is what I got. So it wasn't too bad, but it's kind of faded.
Yeah.
But again, I think if I did what we did with the Big Art picture, and I went in and started retouching it, knowing what the real colors are, and I could get really close to the original.
Mark, do you have to do anything like give it a hint what color it was or anything like that, or does it just automatically?
No, it has an automatic mode, and you run it automatically, and then you get the original picture, which is the first one I sent you. And then
So
you
it
can go in.
recognized that the Cygnus was a blue airplane, and recognized your T-Bird was a red airplane, and now and then it's just a question of basically tweaking it to to whatever you think where it should be.
I was telling Dennis that the original T-Bird that I built, the reference I had was this cover of Flying Models, and it looked in this picture like it was orange, and like the stripes are black. It's a little redder in the image that you're seeing right now than it really was in the magazine. But I painted my T-bird orange and I had black stripes on it. And I sent a picture to Tom Dixon and he sent me back a note saying, looks like your T-bird's orange. Palmer tells me his T-bird was red, white, and blue. And he sent me a picture that Palmer had sent him, a sketch. This is Palmer's sketch of, here's the colors of the T-bird, the red main color, and then the blue stripes and the white centerpiece.
Yeah,
So this is the
blue looks black.
Yeah, this is the historical evidence I have that the red, white, and blue scheme is that this one is blue, but you can't really see it on the picture very well because the film kind of washes out the blue.
You can't see it in person when it's that small. I mean, it looks black.
Well, if it's in the sunlight, the blue really comes out, and Palmer did a nice job with that color scheme when you see it in the sunshine.
Sure like to have a copy of that old Vico decal in high res.
How many would you like?
I just need one copy in high res so I can trace bitmap it and make a paint mask, and I'd paint one of those on my airplane.
I'll send you one, Sparky.
Okay.
And I made those decals, and I've got scans and all kinds of artwork on the Vico decals.
You got it in a vector SVG?
I don't think I have it in vector format.
That's
I might.
right. If you send me a high res scan, big, I can grab it and trace bitmap it, make a stencil out of it. I don't really like decals. I'd rather paint them.
I've got all kinds of artworks on the Vico decal, Sparky, so I'm sure I can put something together that you can work with.
That's cool. You got my email address. I'm on Stunthangar, obviously.
Yeah.
Hey, Sparky, I have a comment from Jonathan Carradas.
Okay.
He says, hey, Sparky, is your plane named as it is because it's taken you ages of sanding to get that perfect finish?
It's only taken 6 months. I started it after the Nats and it's ready to go. So it's not ages. It's ages.
Anyway, we should send this to the Brodak Museum, frame it or something.
Now, didn't the one that Consolidate have, wasn't it orange?
Yes, Scarinzi's airplane was orange. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on one of Bob Hunt's videos, I think. I think it was there. I've seen pictures of it somewhere, but yeah, it was orange. And
somebody had it at Tucson one time years ago.
Had Larry's airplane?
Trident,
Okay.
Orange
okay.
Trident.
But I understand he built the thing, took it to a nationals, flew it, and never flew it again. It has like 20 flights on it, and it's been still sitting there, and it's still drop dead gorgeous. So,
Dennis, I have a question. Does that Cygnus have a solid wire lead outs?
yes, it did.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I guess you can tell that they're there. But yeah, he always early on he built a Vico Squaw back in the 50s, and he had cable lead outs on it and flew the heck out of it. Flew it so much that I forget it was either the bell crank cut the lead outs or the lead outs cut the bell crank, but he had a failure right at where the lead outs went through the bell crank. And that convinced him to switch over to 1/32 wire lead outs. So
now, is
I'm
anybody
pretty
in
sure
here
that would
use
have
solid
been
lead
it
outs?
would have been in an aluminum bell crank, probably not plastic back then. So
I used to in the 70s. I used to in the 70s, but the bad thing about solid lead outs is they bend right at the tip and you can't get them straight again. So you get a quick.
Ever.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You know, when back in 56, 57, somebody taught me on those aluminum bell cranks, we'd take a piece of copper or brass tubing, we'd enlarge the hole, we'd put that tube through and solder a washer on both sides so that turned, and the wire then went through that, and we never had a failure ever on one of those.
Yeah, it brings back a lot of memories. We used to do that in the late 60s, early 70s, same way. Vico bell cranks and a perfect bell cranks. Drill them out to 8-inch solder washer top and bottom. We used to solder the lead outs into them.
Yeah, we did that too.
So, well, that's brings the question here. Anybody know why we fly an airplane on 015 or 018 steel lines, but we use like 030 or so cable, lead out cables?
Yeah.
Wear and tear on the lead out.
Yeah, that's one less fail safe because that's, you know, the lines will break before the lead outs will break.
Yeah, but they'll break a lot, you know, from 015 to 031 is a heck of a fail safe.
I got bigger than 031 in this.
Yeah.
Jack Sheets sold me a roll of lead out that was, I don't know, 200-pound test coated. That's, you know, lead out. I got lead outs for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
But it's 200-pound tests, so you're not going to break those. You know, you probably end up scrunching the bell crank. You know, where the tubing goes through the bell crank, and you pull on it, you probably kink that and make a click if you pull 200 pounds to break that. But your
You
line
break something else, yeah.
Is that stranded steel, Sparky?
Yep. Stranded coated steel leader for fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm
No,
like,
part
What
of
is
the
it,
reason,
27 or 32 thou, or how many thou roughly?
I don't know. They're in a box around here somewhere.
Okay.
They're I don't even know where my calipers are, but they're pretty good size. They're almost, I don't know, I'd say 32nd of an inch thick.
did
So-
my daughter come over to your house and clean too?
Pardon me?
You didn't know where the calipers were, so I wondered if my daughter was over cleaning your house too.
I'll know where they are come Monday because they'll be in St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
I got about 30 flights now on my new Ringmaster 576 with the Kevlar lead outs, and they've been beautiful, and they are so smooth.
yeah.
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, I like that idea too.
Well, that's part of the reason I was asking is that, you know, I
So
can
light.
understand the durability question on a steel lead out and not, you know, not pull testing or anything like that. You're still going to break the lines and heck, you'll break the bell crank before you break the cable. But the, you know, heavier cable might be kind of a balance between something that's, you know, more flexible than a solid lead out and less bendy, but not so flexible that it bends too easy. Because if you had like an 015 line coming out the wingtip, you'd be right back to it. You could kink that right at the wingtip every time you handled the airplane.
Yeah.
Good.
So, but if you're going to go to something like Kevlar or Spectra or something like that, that bends so freely and stuff like that, then you're back to a question is how strong can you pull test the airplane?
Well, it's
So-
250-pound test.
Well, you can get a 100, 150, 200-pound line easy enough,
Yeah.
but do you really need it? And the thing that really made me wondering about it is when I was saying, you know, looking at it, and the smallest roll of 150-pound Spectra I could find, I had to buy 500 yards for $60.
Oh, man.
You know, 500
Wow.
yards is a lot of lead outs. So,
That's for sure.
Everybody's
Yeah.
life worth. All the guys sitting here and here would be all of our lives. We couldn't use that up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're all too old.
Hey, Charles,
Yeah, Mark.
I just want to show the guys a picture.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
Sounds good. I've been trying to help you out, but
I know you have. I didn't want to interrupt anyone.
Yeah,
AMA asked me for a photograph that I thought would show the direction of Pampa. You know,
Okay.
where's Pampa going and the leadership and those kind of things. So I just wanted to show you this. There we go. Let's see.
Hold it up.
Raise it up.
Oh my.
all right.
Oh, very cool.
Going to Walgreens. We're going
So
to
that's what you
Walgreens.
get for $40.
Very good. Very
Thanks,
good.
buddy.
You're welcome, man. I can share something I've been working on. I worked on it yesterday, and it's to facilitate I don't know if you're like me, but I've accumulated like 6 of these glow igniter. The batteries go bad, and I was like hell bent on not buying another one. So I made this jig so that I could replace the batteries. So it holds the glow igniter in there, and now I have a clamp that clamps from one side to the other, so it can't move, and it allows me to desolder and resolder a new battery in there. And so that's just an idea that I'm just sharing with everybody, because I and actually I did it yesterday. I actually went out with one that I rebuilt. I had bought like 6 batteries, subsea batteries off eBay a couple of years ago with the intention of doing this. And I finally got around to it this week, and I finished it yesterday. So that's kind of one shot of the jig. I have another couple of pictures of it. Let me see if I can bring up some more pictures of it.
Are the battery numbers on the battery, Charles? Because I had thought about changing batteries, but didn't know what battery to put into it.
Yeah, it's a subsea, and then you can get any. Now mine are metal hydride, and I got a 3,400 milliamp battery. I got 6 of them off of eBay. So the part that the glow plug goes in is a smaller hole, right? So I have a small hole for those two slots there. You see that holds that part in line. And then let me show you the other side. The other side is what holds the see that?
No.
No.
What do you guys see?
Same
First
picture.
picture.
Maybe I gotta stop sharing each one. Let me stop sharing. Okay, let me try it again. Let me see here. Just give me a moment here. Share. Okay, so here's the one showing the part that you guys see that?
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so I wanted to hold the part that holds the glow plug. I wanted that to be stable. So I have two of those slots, those 2 that are facing you. The first one and the one behind that is that same diameter that that part goes in. Let me stop sharing this picture, and then let me see if I bring up this other one. Okay, that's not it.
You know, if you bring it up on a screen that you can scroll through the pictures, you could share that screen and just scroll.
Let me see here. Yeah, I hardly ever share as a host, so I'm kind of out of practice. Let me see here. Well, I just want to. There's just one more view I want to show. It's just this one here. Let me see here. You guys see that?
Not yet. There it is.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so then now this is the other side, which holds the battery. And of course, those two slots that are facing you, those are the same size hole. So I have those 4 slots, and 2 of them are the larger side for the battery, and the other 2 are the smaller hole for the part that holds the glow plug.
So what are you going to coat it with?
Nothing. I'm just using it to hold the igniter in place, so I can resolder and solder it together.
Okay, now after you get it resoldered, what are you going to finish it off with?
Oh, okay, that's a good question. Okay, so I like the ones that are made by Sonictronic, those orange ones.
McDaniels.
McDaniels, right?
Right.
Okay, so those that the covers come off. They have that yellow tape, and that covers the seam. You remove that tape, and you can just slide those things off. So that's what you're seeing is once I remove those covers, the covers are in 2 pieces. One goes on the one end, and the other end goes through that has a hole for the part that holds the glow plug. And once you take it apart, it goes back together, but it's pretty thick. Now you also could just get some heat shrink and do it that way if you don't happen to have the McDaniels one. You guys got that?
Nicely done.
Yeah, and it works. I took out a battery today, and Carl can vouch for me. He used my igniter as well, and so I don't remember what I spent on those subsea 3,400 milliamp nickel nickel metal hydride batteries, but I'm sure it's less than the price of buying a new one.
Sub-C NHI cells. Okay, sub-C nickel cell, let's see. You got them on eBay, you said?
Yes.
Well, here we go. Turnigy, you get 1, 2, 3, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15 for $31.
Yeah, and a new one, a new McDonald's Sonictronics is like 30 bucks with shipping.
Those are only 2200 milliamp.
Yeah.
Paper
I've seen
that.
as high as 3800 milliamps. So you can probably put in 3800 milliamps. See, the ones I bought were 3400 milliamps.
I would bet a lot of the early glow drivers were built at like 1500s or 1800s too, because that's where the sub-Cs used to be, and over time they've gotten bigger and stronger. So NiCad or NIMS.
Let's see, milliamp MH.
MAH, yeah.
MAH.
So, and then when you guys get those, make sure to send them all to Charles. He's got the fixtures. He'll fix you right up.
Yeah,
Solder
you
them up for you.
solder them up and send them to all of us. What a
That's
great
it.
idea. Thanks, Charles.
Yeah, only one other question. What do you use a glow igniter for?
For my for my IC engines, IC planes. I still have some IC.
Oh, I see the engine. I see. Okay.
Yeah, internal combustion for our audience.
Okay. Okay.
Do those have I'm looking at two different kinds. One's that looks like a regular flashlight where the positive and negative are on each end. Then I'm looking at one that it has a tab, a red tab on one end and a white tab on the other. How do those solder on?
The ones that had tabs, those are probably spot welded on, and that would work just as well. I would just cut the tab to whatever desired length I need. And you can solder onto the battery without that nickel tab on there either. So it's just the ones I purchased had the those tabs on them, and I just cut them off.
Yeah, I think the tabs are there. I think they come in handy if you're going to like stack up cells or something like that.
Yeah.
Make a two or 4 or 7 cell pack or something like that.
Yeah, that
I
would be
think the
very helpful
tabs
for that.
Yeah, come in very helpful for that. And I think those tabs would help you probably spot weld the cells end to end, even if you have all the right fixturing for it and stuff. But
yeah, so that jig works. Now I put that jig in a vise, and that's why I have that base, so I can put it in any direction to hold it. So I'm soldering. And I mentioned earlier, I have a big clamp that goes from one end to the other, which kind of compresses it all together. So it's a nice fit when I solder.
So which end goes on the positive side?
The positive side is the top opposite of where the glow plug goes into.
So that's the inside is the positive side. The inside of the tube is the positive side and the outside is the ground, right?
Oh, I see what your question is. Trying to remember.
It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter.
Yeah, you're right. It wouldn't matter.
It would because it has to match up with your charger.
Oh, well, that may be true.
Okay, that's true. Yeah,
so
so
the charger has, I'm not sure what it is, but one, certainly the pin is one polarity and the case is the other.
I'll have to get my own meter on the charger to see.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that tube, that metal tube, that cylinder that has the glow plug go inside, the inside is the positive, and then the outside is the negative.
Ray just said, yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, so that was something that was very rewarding.
So basically, I can fix a $31 starter for $6.
That's a good deal.
Yep. That's what I thought. Because I just you just start accumulating these things unless you throw them away. But I don't throw away much stuff.
I got 5 of them.
Yeah, see, that's
Hey, Charles, when you ship those out to us, can you wrap them graciously with silk span?
Very
Just say no.
At least one full sheet of silk span per battery. Yes.
Very,
Charles, I want mine in Christmas wrap.
There you go.
very
Even
good.
better.
Bad boy, bad boy.
Very good. Oh, what you got there, Tom? Let me make you big here. Give me a second here.
So this is Great Plains,
Yeah,
and it has the meter in the top, and
right.
this aluminum just unscrews,
Yeah, I have a
That's the
couple of those
easy
too.
way.
Yeah,
and then you
That
could
is the
just,
easy
you could
way.
just replace the cell.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I
Drop
just
it in.
accumulated the other ones are smaller. You know, the McDaniel's Sonictronics, the orange ones. Those are smaller, and than that. So, but yeah, that works fine. I mean, once your motor's running, you don't really think about the igniter anymore.
That's pretty fast too, eh, Tom?
Yeah, that's much faster than the time it took me to make the jig
Solder.
and the solder and all that kind of stuff. But
Pop the battery out, pop the battery in, let's go flying.
yes, exactly.
Here's the part number.
Yeah, Great Plains. Yeah. I've had more problems though with that spring apparatus. After a while, it just gets loose and I've had problems with it. But I don't know if you fly as much as I fly. I go through those things.
Yeah, the McDaniel's ones are pretty good.
Yeah, McDonald's ones you don't have any problem except for the battery. After a while, it just won't take any more charges, or last like 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Especially when you leave them in the car over the winter.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Or in the garage over the winter.
What?
The garage.
The garage.
Or the garage.
The garage.
Coming around, he actually said garage last week.
Yeah, Lynch taught me how to speak Canadian. Garage and FAI.
Hey.
FAI.
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 And blowing a hoolie.
And blowing a
hoolie and decals.
Yeah, decals.
Hey.
See, we're learning Canadian, Lynn.
Yeah.
That's all right. You guys are doing pretty good. I'm impressed.
There's something else you say too. I like when you say it, I can't think of what it is.
Just remember next time I say it.
Oh, is it oi or something?
It's the boot.
Hey.
The boot.
Take off, eh?
Hey.
Hey, yeah.
Is it the Wellington boots you guys wear?
Yeah, the wellies. Yes, wellies.
Wellies.
For sure. The black boots with the red or green stripes around them. Yeah, they're beauties. Those are
Beautiful.
beautiful. Those are stunt boots.
For road acts in the mud.
That's right. You don't hear anybody saying too much to me when it gets real mucky at road acts and I'm wearing them. They're all wishing they had a pair then.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. All in good fun.
Hey guys, how about we end the show and go into the after party? It's only 8:30, and we can go into the after party. So we're going to just end the live stream, and we're not going to go anywhere. But I'd like to invite everyone to come on back Monday, and hopefully have a chance to do some work in your shop or go flying and come back and tell us all about it. That'd be great. Thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to like and share and subscribe to the Stunthangar YouTube channel. Appreciate your attendance. See you guys. See everybody again